This is the courtside kickoff. We are going to be talking Super Bowl in this video. The Super Bowl is this weekend. This is Super Bowl Saturday. Super Bowl is tomorrow, obviously, and we are going to be talking some of the bets, trends, player props, and things like that in this video. So we're going to start with some of the easy stuff. Let's start with some of the betting trends. And so current betting trends are the Kansas City Chiefs are not necessarily favorite because there are no favorites anymore. Originally, they were favorites. I think it was 120 to plus 100. It wasn't much, but now it's basically a pick'em game. The point spread, however, is 1.5. I think this is going to be a close game. So I think a field goal. So I think picking the point spread either way, which in this case, taking the plus 1.5 for Philly would be the best option. So if you want to make money, well, more money, but 1.5 is the point spread right now. The over and under is set at 48.5. I know initially close to 70% of the wagers were on the over, but since then things have changed. A lot of the big bets have came in on the under. So I'm not sure which one I'm taking yet. I believe in the over. I think this is going to be a high scoring game. Patrick Mahomes, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy. It just kind of spells a lot of offense. So that's why I'm saying I'm going with the over, but we'll get into more of that in a few minutes. And like I said, the money line is basically a pick 'em game. So who do you think is going to win? And I'll make my pick at the end of this video. So some of the notable bets, one of the long shot bets is Jalen Hurts passing for 300 yards, probably because he passed for 300 yards last Super Bowl. That is a long shot bet. But the Kansas City defense is obviously going to key in on Saquon Barkley. They are going to – it would be crazy not to. So I believe they're going to key in on Saquon Barkley, which is going to open up the passing game. So I do believe this is I don't think this is necessarily a long shot bet. I think this is a safe bet that he could probably pass for 300 yards, even though I know his average is around 183 or something like that. And I think the passing yards, the over under for this game, well, I don't think I know, is set at 211 right now, over under for him. So 300 is, I don't believe it's a long shot. I believe it could happen because I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to key in on Saquon Barkley in this game. So that should theoretically open up opportunities in the pass game, but obviously we'll see what happens tomorrow or today whenever you watch this video. But 300 yards is at a plus 710. I think that's a good bet. I think that's a good bet that you could put some money on and win some really good money for Jalen Hurts getting 300 passing yards. Some of the other bets are Travis Kelce receiving yards, which I think is 60.5. Devontae Smith's receptions and Patrick Mahomes rushing attempts. Not sure which Patrick Mahomes rushing attempts are going to be tricky. It's 5.5. It's just going to depend when he scrambles and how many times he scrambles. Do you think he's going to scramble 6 times in the game? Because he doesn't. This isn't like Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen. He's not going to have any designed runs. Well, he did have one last week, 2 weeks ago when he ran the first, or I think it was the second touchdown that he ran in. That was a design run, but they don't necessarily do that much, and that's only one run. So do you think he'll have 5 more? So we'll see. Then some of the expert picks, some of the experts right now, from what I've seen, are leaning towards the under on the point total. So like I said, it's 48.5. There's a lot of high power offensive weapons in this game. So I would not be surprised if it goes over. It's 48.5. So if you think about it, the game could be 25-23. That's 48 points. So most people are predicting the score to be 30-27 or in the 30s to 30s. So that's clearly over. So I would I would trend towards the over personally. What else do we have here? Number one seeds theoretically have won 67% of the Super Bowl, so that favors the Chiefs. I don't think any of that matters for this game. I think all of this is I think this could come down to the defenses. I don't believe this is going to be a defensive game. Although Philly has a ferocious defense and Kansas City has a ferocious front, their secondary is suspect at times, especially to obviously the pass, because we're talking about the secondary, but which also plays into the Jalen Hurts maybe getting more than 300 passing yards, because Kansas City secondary is their weakest point of their defense, but they have both of their starting corners back now. So, and they did play better with both corners in the game, so that could make a big difference in the game. Some of the other expert picks: ESPN predict the Chiefs win 61%. Fox Sports has several people leaning towards the Chiefs. Yahoo Sports leaning towards the Chiefs. CBS Sports is leaning towards the Chiefs. Usually that means pick the Eagles, because we know what happens in clean sweeps. That usually goes the other way. But let's talk about the quarterbacks. Like I said, Jalen Hurts passing yards is set at 211. He's currently averaging about 183 a game. The team passing attack is about 183. So that's not 211, but this is the Super Bowl and everybody's probably going to play their best. Not probably, everybody's going to play their best. This is last game of the season, so what are the chances of him, if he turns the ball over and they get behind, he's definitely going to be passing the ball. They're probably going to be passing the ball a little bit anyways, because the Kansas City Chiefs are more than likely going to key in on Saquon Barkley. So I believe it's a very high probability that he passes for at least 212 yards. So I would take the over, period. But that's just me. Patrick Mahomes, on the other hand, his over-under is set at 250. The Chiefs average about 250 in the passing game, so that's right about his average. They have they have a solid running game, but they don't have, with Pacheco still coming back from the broken leg or whatever earlier in the season, they don't have that explosion necessarily in their running game. So I don't see their running game doing a lot in this game. So I could think that the Chiefs passing game should get at least 250 yards. This could very well be Travis Kelce's last game, win or lose. Definitely if they win, I think he retires. He has a lot going on outside of football, but if they lose, still maybe his last game, but who knows? He may come back. Not sure. I mean, he hasn't said he's going to retire. I mean, so Andy Reid said he's coming back, so we have that already in the bag. So there's chances that they come back for another year and try to run it back, especially if they win. Why not try to go for a three-peat? Be the first ones to do it, so why not give it a shot? But we'll wait till after tomorrow to talk about that.